My dear brothers and sisters, the love and blessings of the Mother and Sri Aurobindo to all of you from Sri Aurobindo Ashram, Delhi branch. My name is Ramesh Bijlani, and I have with me a young, bright psychologist, Asmita Bijlani, who is doing her master's in psychology at the Jamia Millia University in New Delhi. She told me a few days back that as an assignment from the college, she is reading Sri Aurobindo's teachings related to psychology. As a disciple of Sri Aurobindo and the mother, that was music to my ears. And I asked her if I could be of any help. And she said she did have a few questions, and it is to ask those questions that we are meeting today. Asmita, go ahead with your first question today.
Thank you for this opportunity. Um, while reading Sri Aurobindo's works, I saw that he is greatly influenced by a lot of Indian scriptures, especially the Hindu texts. And I was wondering that if his work was influenced by texts from other religions and from other parts of the world.
Well, Sri Aurobindo was a unique synthesis of the East and the West. Although his literature is rooted primarily in the Indian tradition, or you may say the Hindu tradition, he was extremely well read in the scriptures of other religions, as well as the the philosophical schools in the West, because he spent 14 years in England before coming here, and being an intellectual genius and extremely interested in learning more and more. By the time he came here, he was very well versed with all those things. Not only that he knew them, he had this tendency to look at everything from a critical angle, and therefore he ended up also analyzing them from his angle, and also from what he read, he could see that he was extremely read. He was extremely well read in the Western literature, philosophy as well as religion, and he had looked at it with a critical eye, and his memory was also phenomenal. And therefore, you find that his works, although they are rooted in the Indian tradition, they are not restricted by it. They are not limited to it. And you find frequent comparisons, etc. And perhaps there could be two reasons why it is still rooted primarily in the Indian tradition. Because once he read that after returning from England, probably discovered that they have looked at everything from a much wider angle. They've gone much deeper, and also they allow much more freedom when it comes to the way you look at things. The freedom of thought in the Indian tradition is virtually unlimited. So all these things he appreciated, and probably that's how his works remain rooted in the Indian tradition. So it's not because he didn't know the rest, it's because he made a choice to uh, depend primarily on the Indian tradition that you find that.
Okay.
Because his habit was, as he said, that if you accept something, that should be because you understand it. If you reject something, that should also be because you understand it. So if he has not paid that much attention to literature that came from other traditions or other countries, it is because he knew it and then consciously rejected quite a bit of it.
So we can say that once again we see that Sri Aurobindo and his works bring together a lot of knowledge. He really synthesized a lot of knowledge together.
Yes, exactly. So does that answer this question? Are you?
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.